Y'all, here's a new Berger welder. We got a nice display. We have us located some 211 wire in there, 035. We're gonna run it. But check this out, you guys. It got some mode, wire feed, stick, and lift TIG. Lift TIG, you could only do 90 amps. Then that's the max for the wire, and then that's the max for the stick. So we're gonna run some flux, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it against the titanium. I own quite a bit of those. There's another one over there, and I have one in my welding rig. We're gonna got some coupons cut. We're running the same wire in each one. Okay, we're gonna run some beads real quick and see how good the machine is. Then we'll go over the specs. All right, y'all, let me grab my welding hood, and we're gonna do some samples. So I have a 3/8" plate here. We have some 3/16. We have some square tubes. And we have some 10 gauge. So let's go ahead and get the machine positioned here. We'll go ahead and tack some pieces up real quick. We do have the machine maxed out. Plugged into a 220, not 220, to a 110. Okay, y'all. We got this is 14 gauge tubing. Then 3/16, 3/8, and 10 gauge. I just ran the bead off camera. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. I think it did pretty good. It looks great. The penetration's great. We're only running it on a 20 amp breaker, 120 outlet. So we're gonna run some more beads on camera so you guys can see. Okay, so we have it set right now. I'm gonna put it at about 17.5 volts, about 90 amps. And I'm gonna run a 3/16, and if we gotta adjust it, we'll adjust it. Okay, that's about a 2.5" weld right there. We're gonna go ahead and clean it up. All right, look. You guys can see how it looks before we clean it. I don't know if the camera will capture it, but there it is there. I'm gonna clean it off. Got the old Milwaukee. don't know if you guys can see that. There it is right there. I mean, I think it looks okay. There's a couple of porosity spots. I'm not sure why. I'm doing it right, Mark, and whatnot. I'm not, you know. But anyways, can you guys see that? Okay. So that's at 97 amps. You guys can see there are the settings right there. 97 amps, 17.6 volts. So I'm gonna max it out right now, and we're gonna do the 3/8. So let's go all the way up. 22, 135. Now we're gonna run a beat on the 3/8. Let's see how it comes out. And of course, you guys already know we got old Slickmans on. So let's try this, y'all. Okay, we blew the breaker. All right, we reset the breaker, but you know what? We had it maxed out, and I don't know if it's the pressure or what, like as hot as it was, but it got porosity. It's almost like I guess like a vortex happened within it. It looks like it was blowing its own gas away from the flux. Not unless we got a faulty roll of wire, but we lowered it a little bit, and let's see what we can do. Okay, so let me get this cleaned off, and I'm going to show you guys the result. I got a little breeze from my fan. Maybe that's what's blowing it, but there's the new settings right there. 13.1, 18.6. And I think with a couple passes, let me see. With a couple passes, oh, you should be able to weld this easy. No problem at all with it. So we're gonna run a couple more beads. Sorry about the focus, y'all. But we're gonna run some more beads, and then we're gonna see how they come out right now. We'll go ahead and stack it and see. Hopefully, if it's the fan blowing it, I'm gonna angle the gun differently. There you guys can see the finished appearance of the weld. I'm recording with my phone, so maybe that's why it's so blurry, but it looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it off and then run another one on top. The bead quality is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that. I know I don't want to really, I don't want to focus. I don't know why. There it goes. That looks a little better. Let's see if we can zoom in. Right there. You can see right here, there's a little bit of porosity. I'm going to move my fan and see if that helps on the next pass. I mean, you would think it's flux core. It's made for wind, right? So let's see what we can do. Bead appearance is great. Oh yeah, that one's way better. Now that I need the fans. Now that the fans moved, that looks good. But you guys can see it's a 3/8 plate. So let's see if we can zoom in on that again. See, you guys can see the bead appearance is great, you guys. Look at that, 18.6, 131 amps. Don't say the inches per minute. You can calculate that out though if you'd like. So now, okay, there's a 10 gauge one. That one looks beautiful as well. See that? No, this is the 3/16, I'm sorry. And then there's a little one we did on the 10 gauge. That one looks great. So now we'll lower it and we'll see how it does on the tube, okay? So let's go about 16 volts. 16, then maybe about 107 inches. Let's try that. I know there's a chart inside, but I'm not going off of it. The charts are only a reference point. So right here, this joint right here, this one, that's a critical one. That one should be easy. This one should be easy. When I run this though, when I weld this, I'll weld it onto the knuckle so it'll flow in, because this is the thinner part. You always want to go on your thicker part. There you go right there. Oh man, that's beautiful. Let's run one on this side real quick. Even though we lowered it, it could be lowered a little bit more because it's burning through a little bit, even though it's filling. All I'm doing, I'm just going back and forth. I'm just stitching it. That's it. If you don't really, with flux core, very little manipulation is all you really need. So there's the weld right there. Before we knock out the slag, then we'll go ahead and hit it with the wire brush and we'll see how it comes out. So far, I'm liking it. We'll bust out the titanium here in a bit. You can see right there where it blew a hole a little bit and I had to step it back in on the half part. But you guys, so far, I like the welder. $129 after tax and everything. So now I'm gonna pause the video. I know the video is a little bit long already, but I'm gonna pause the video, then we're gonna fire up the titanium. But on this one right here, I would highly recommend it. I mean, got some 211 wire in it. I mean, look at that. I mean, I know I already showed you, but look at the heat marks, the penetration. All right, so now we have our titanium in. I have an aftermarket gun on here because of what it came with was 6 feet, and the one I put on is 8 feet. 8 feet or 10 feet. But what I don't like about it is, I don't know if anybody else experiences it. Sometimes the trigger, you hold it and then it'll kick in. Maybe I gotta check my connections, but let's go ahead and run one on the 3/16. I'm gonna lower it. I'm gonna go to G and 7. Let's see how it comes out, okay? The titanium runs a little bit smoother, like I don't know how to explain it. You'll feel the difference if you ever do a side-by-side comparison. The titanium bead profile is a little better too. I don't know why I'm getting porosity. And there's a little breeze. The breeze really shouldn't affect it. Maybe it's the angle of my gun when I'm holding, or maybe there's contamination on the plate. But for some reason, the titanium feels smoother. Okay, that's the titanium bead right there. And then that one is the Berger. The Berger feels slightly hotter, but for some reason the titanium's smoother. It feels to me. So let's go ahead. I know the 3/8 plate. Well, here, let's cool off the 3/8 plate real quick. So to be a fair test, we'll dip it into the CNC table. Pull it off. Okay, we'll let that dry. But you can see it's drying already rapidly. It's still a little bit warm, not too much, so let's max this bad boy out. All right. We're gonna go ahead and run the bead on the 3/8. Okay, there's the bead for the titanium. There's the settings right there that we have for it. It runs just as good as that one. Obviously, this one has 10 more amps to it, so maybe that's why that one feels a little bit more hotter. You know what I mean? It's kind of a give, I guess, at this point. Okay, there's the bead appearance for the titanium on 3/8. That's a single pass. On the Berger, we did multi-passes, remember? Okay, and there's the bead appearance on the Berger. It's about equivalent. So, I felt the titanium, though, get a little sluggish towards the end. I don't know if it's meeting its duty cycle, but we're going to try to run a couple more and see if the breaker breaks. We'll go back and we'll fix it. And we broke the breaker. Oh wait, no we didn't. My trigger got stuck. So there is 2 passes back to back with the titanium. We're running the same wire. Let me show you. Oh wait, no we're not. I apologize. This is the Harbor Freight wire. But there's the bead appearance. Let me clean it off and let me show you. There's the bead appearance for that. I think it looks great. They weld about the same. Now, let's do it on the tube. We have another one over here. Let me tack this one up for the titanium, and we'll try to get the same settings and run the tube the same. All right, we have it tacked up now. I adjusted the settings. So like I said, we'll weld this side first right here, this joint. There's the bead. You guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see inside. There's the penetration inside the tube, which is good. Beautiful, look at that. And then there's the bead appearance. They don't look, yeah, it's just the lighting, you guys. You guys know. And then here's the bead here. And then let's look on the inside here on this one. Oh, it's the same. So that's a comparison for the Berger welder and the titanium. I carry this one on my truck. That's who we are. And I just picked this one up. Now later on, stay tuned. In another video, we'll go over the stick mode and the TIG mode. Y'all have an awesome day. My name's Big John from Metal Munchers. Here's our shot. Y'all have a good one.